Hey guys, Andy here, and today we have inventory day number 5. I had to look. And this was created by _Kate's collection over on Instagram. I'll leave a graphic here of what days there are. I am very late, but I'm still participating nonetheless. I saw Dub's Beauty Diary do this video over here on YouTube, so also go check her out. They will both be listed in my description box. If you want to go see her inventory, she is already completely done, getting it done much faster than I am. But today is all about blushes, just blush. So if you want to see all of the blushes in my inventory, see if we're going to declutter any, then just stay tuned. Everything that's on my face will be listed in the description box. And if you like makeup, unboxings, project painting content with a little bit of horror sprinkled in, please consider subscribing, as I would love to have you here. And let's go ahead and roll on into all of my blushes. All right. So I store my blushes in a longer container like this. This is all just blush. I do house, because we already did face palettes, that was with bronzers. So 3 of my face palettes do live in my blush container. This Pat McGrath one, because there are 4 blushes and a highlighter, so that just feels like it should be living in my blush one. This Jacqueline one, because I feel like I'm going to end up using that bronzer more as like a bronzery blush anyway. And this Natasha Denona one, I don't know why this lives in there, because it has a cream blush in it, but I am going to be scooping out the cream blush soon. Like, it's done. I'm done using it, and it's been open forever, and I hit pan on it. I'm happy with that. I'm going to scoop that out. So, but we've already talked about those. Today we're just talking about just blushes. I do have palettes in here. I did say in my face palette category that if it is a palette that is all blush, I count that in my blushes, not in my face palettes. So that is all the rambling. We're going to start with my 5 blushes that are in projects currently so that I can put them back over here, and then we'll move on into just what's in this bin. So the 5 that are in projects, and I won't be swatching everything because we will be here all day, but I'll probably swatch a few things, especially if I'm on the fence. First, the one that I'm wearing, the 2 that I'm wearing today, I'll go over. So for cream, this is the NYX Sweet Cheeks. This is my favorite cream formula. And this one's in the shade Nude Tude. This is just a very beautiful nude blush. You can pair this with literally everything. If you've never seen these, this is what the applicator looks like. You could swipe it on the skin. You can just put it on a brush. These are a mousse, and I love them. I'm literally only missing 1 shade. Absolutely fantastic. If you're new to cream blush, I highly recommend trying these. I feel like they're very beginner friendly. They give you enough time to work with them, but that's one that's in a project. I have 4 other shades, so we'll get to those. And the other one that I'm wearing today, this is the ColourPop and Disney's Mulan Good Luck Charm blush. I used this for the first time today, and I think that it's pretty. For a very neutral blush, I don't have very many blushes in this tone, so I really enjoyed it. I'm liking it. And then the other 3 blushes that are in projects, this is the ColourPop Truffle Shuffle, which has some sheen to it. And then we have a blush stick, and this is in the shade Mini Me, which I've used this once now, and I really like this stick formula from ColourPop. And then last one that's in a project, this is from Jacqueline Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Loverboy. It is a loose powder blush, and it's in this beautiful coral shade. This is gorgeous. I got that at TJ Maxx, and it was such a steal. So those are all of my blushes that are in projects. Now we'll move on to what's in the bin. So we'll start off with the NYX Stix. So I said I have 4 other shades. I have the shade Bombshell, which is another nude, but it's a little more dark. It's darker, obviously, but it's a little on the berry side, but it's still nude. And then if you want actual berry, this is the shade Showgirl. This is deeper than the pink. That's the only one that I'm missing is the just normal everyday pink shade. And I think Baby Girl, I think is the shade. It's the only shade I'm missing. But this is like a berry. Then I have the shade Coralicious. This is Coral. Love that. And then my favorite shade. This is Almost Famous. This is my orange. I love it. This is my most used. Gorgeous. Then for ColourPop sticks, I have two more. I have the shade 25-8, which is very pretty. And then in this pretty packaging, this is the shade Cottage Life, which is a little more like a burnt terracotta. So those are staying. If we're going to talk about sticks and creams, let me just pull some creams out. Okay. Pulled out a bunch of creams. So I have this one from Milk Makeup. It is the Glimmer Glow Oil Lip and Cheek. And it just looks like this. It's very pretty. I do really like this color. I don't like it on the lips, but I think on the cheeks it's very cute. Newest to my collection. So I haven't swatched this yet, so we're going to swatch this. This is one of the super dewy liquid blushes from Makeup Revolution, and it's the You Had Me at First blush. And I don't have any pinks, like bright pinks, hot pinks. So, ooh, buddy. Feels pretty moussey, but oh, is that a shade? I'm excited to give that a try, but ooh, that is intense, but excited. Here's one that I want to swatch just to see if like the formula's still good. This is from Profusion, and it's the shade Bestie. And it's a cream, but it's always been on the thicker side. So let me see. It doesn't have a smell, so that's good. That is a really pretty shade. Do I want to get rid of it? I don't. But I don't use it. If I don't get rid of this, if I don't use this coming spring, summer, next year, that's gotta go. 100%, because it's a cream. That's gotta go. This is from Milani. This is their Sun-Kissed Glow this is their Cheek Kiss formula. And it's 3 shades. I've made pretty good dips on these. I love this formula, and I love these, so absolutely keeping that. Here's another one I want to swatch and just see how the formula is. This is an LYS blush. It's their Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in the shade Confident. We have no scent. This is another one that was like a thicker. Oh, but that's so pretty. And like, I don't think I've ever even used this shade. I think I've literally just swatched it. So, that is one. I haven't used it. And it's very similar. Hang on, we're gonna do some comparisons. Because they're creams. So we have the 2 Milani shades. Well, honestly, let me swatch the third one because Because I feel like the sticks and the tubes I can make last a little longer, but these and these pots, like, I don't know. So that's very similar to these Milani ones. And then let's see, is Bestie similar to that Milani one in the center? No, it's not. This is too bright coral. So I definitely do want to keep that, and I do want to try to get use out of that. But I actually think that I can let this LYS one go. Even though, like, it's really pretty. Do I want to try it first? Let me know. Is it a groundbreaking formula? This is on the fence for me because it's not a shade that I need. We're going to move on. I'm just going to start pulling things out. Circular packaging. I have two from Lorac. I have the shade Ultraviolet, which is the darker purple. Love it. This is a matte, I believe. And yes, that's a matte. And then I have Panorama, which is a more lilac, and this is a satin. And I pair these together when I want that more lilac-y purple blush, and it's beautiful. From Wet n Wild, I have the Let's Get Smashed pumpkin blush. It still smells like pumpkin pie, and I love it. This is one of my favorite powder blushes, and I actually have a backup of it. It's the only thing in my collection, powder-wise, that I have a backup of. So we're gonna just move on. From Melt, I put this in with my blushes, but I feel like this is a highlight. It says that it's a blush light. It's in the shade Ghost Light. But that's almost like not even a highlight. It is a little bit. This is moving into my highlights. That shouldn't be here. I think I just threw it in a drawer and was like, that's it. But I do have the Raw Honey Duo, Digital Dust Duo, and that is staying. It's gorgeous. Also from Milani, I have one of their powder ones. This is in the shade Coral Cove. Stunning. Let's see. We've got some more little guys. I have a loose one from Youngblood in the shade Plum Berry. I love loose anything, but blushes are so nice in a loose formula. I find that they're just so easy to use. Let's see. A couple I won't be getting rid of. This is the Beauty Bakery Snackaroons blush in Hey Pumpkin. When I want an even brighter orange than the Wet n Wild one, I go for this one, or I pair them together. From Ciate London, this is the Matchmaker blush. Skin Brightening Blush in the shade Matchmaker, and it's beautiful. Love that. Lottie London. No Scent. This is that pH color changing blush. I love the shade that this turns, so I'm definitely keeping that. Bare Minerals. This is the Bounce and Blur in Mauve Sunrise. Let's see. I'll use a shade I'm going to use. I mean, that is very pretty. Yes. The Elizabeth Mott Show Me Your Cheeks blush in Peach Pink. Let's see. Ma'am. That is almost a peachy highlighter. That gives me blush lighter vibes. I don't think... That gives me highlight vibes. Oh yeah, that's highlight. That is a peachy pink highlighter. That is not a blush. So we're moving that to highlighters because we're not going to deal with that today. Let's get out some other little guys. I love this one. This is the Too Faced Love Flush in Crazy in Love. It's so bright pink and adorable. Love this. I wanted to pair that with that hot pink liquid blush. From Misha Beauty, this is the Ijama single. Open. Do I need you? Oh my god, that's so soft. That is such a pretty color. Yes, please. I forget about some of these little guys. A Delancey blush in the shade 4 goes absolutely nowhere. This is Studio Makeup Luminous Loose Blush. I love loose. Let's get all the little boxes out of the way. I have a bunch of NYX Sweet Cheeks. Let's see. I have 3 of the Glow formula and 1 matte. So my matte is in the shade Rose and Play, which is a beautiful pink. And then in the Glow, I have the shade Fig, which is just so interesting. I have the shade Citrine Rose. And Red Riot. Those are beautiful. From Uoma by Sharon C. This is the Flawless IRL blush in Bougie AF. Let's see. Ooh, that's almost a highlight. Yeah, that gives cream highlight vibes. You go to highlights. And in fact, I'm going to get rid of this Elizabeth Mott one. Because that gives me the same vibe, but way less intense. This is from Kay Voss. This is in my December Ipsy. It's in the shade Rosy. It's also that super light shade. I do not need it. So I'm going to get rid of those. From ColourPop. Here, let me wipe this hand off. This is the Vogue blush. Gorgeous. Stunning. And then I have a duo and 2 palettes. This is the Araceli duo in the shades Dahlia and Lelia. You have a matte and a shimmer, and I just swirl them together. And they create the prettiest, like, luminous peachy pink. So keeping that for sure. That's beautiful. From the Beauty Crop, this is the Cocoa Rose blush palette. And this is just stunning. I love this formula. These shades are beautiful. And then from BH Cosmetics, I have the Bellini palette, which is 6 peachy shades. And do I need 6 peach blushes? Let me see. Let me just swatch it real fast. I just feel like I don't need this anymore. I feel like I could give that to someone else to love because I have so many singles. But it's so pretty. And like, I could hit pan on it. It's all these. It's so pretty. But like, I count this as 6 individual pans of blush. So that would free up like 6 pieces in my inventory. But it's not about that. It's, do I have these shades? And like, looking at my collection, yes, I do have peachy shades, but does this also make me happy? And that answer, because that is also part of it, is yes. Because if I get rid of it, am I going to miss it? The answer is probably yes. So we're going to keep it. So I am going to get rid of both of these. And I do think, since I haven't used this LYS blush, and it's similar in shade to my Milani blush, I am going to get rid of this. So, declutter 3. So I am going to put these away and tally them up and give you a final number. All right, so counting my backup, which I've debated on getting rid of because I don't need a backup of a blush. Counting that, I have 45 blushes, counting my palette's individual pans. So 45 is not horrible. I think it's a little more than I need. And I do still want to get like a purple cream blush because I don't have anything that's a true purple cream, because that is misrepresented in my collection, and I do love wearing a good purple cream blush. But otherwise, I'm happy with this. I am happy that I decluttered 3 things. I think that that's good. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please comment. I love talking with you down there, and I will see you guys in the next one.